Well, hi everyone, and yeah, welcome to Title Tuesday. And my God, look who we're playing in the first round. We're playing Arjun Erigaisi, who is an incredibly strong player. So let's try to play into a Sicilian and play this little move just to try to confuse him. I better check that the music's not going on. Jeez, why is that happening? Okay, I can hear that the music. I'm hoping you can't hear that. I will sort that out in a minute. It was all a bit last minute setting up. I'm just going to concentrate on the chess for now. And this little bishop g5, I played it a long time ago. And I had a nice win against Avruk, who's a very strong player, 2600 player. But I can't really remember what you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna castle and I'm gonna try to win this pawn back. Makes a lot of sense. I guess this knight can come here. And then we try to round this guy up. I mean, I'm wondering if I can play e5. This is quite an interesting option. Maybe Arjun can move the queen over here, something like that, which he has done, because now I can't take this pawn. And e5, okay. Well, if he goes e5, maybe I put my bishop on this square, and we at least stop him from castling. So is there any compensation here? This is the question. So he's going to go bishop here and take here. So I think we have to play c3. And now, again, any compensation? Well, I can't see much. So, and now my bishop is getting in some serious trouble. Okay. Well, that's the problem with these guys. They're pretty good. And I don't really want to put my bishop on this square. So is there anything else I can do? Is this potential sacrifice? I don't really believe it. Coming in here. And if we take only other option, because he's going to go f4, now his pieces come to life. The only chance I've got is the fact that he can't castle. So that is something. And I'm really sorry about the sound problems I had last week. God knows what was going on though. And I've just put my headphones on. I can hear them again. So I will get that sorted out after we finish this game. It's typical, isn't it? One of these days I will just have a normal stream. Okay, now the idea is maybe to play bishop here. So he's trying to castle. So this is, I don't know, it's a little bit. Can I go something weird like knight here and go for the attack? Should we try that? Knight here, takes. Don't, again, really believe it. Kind of feels like there might be something here, you know, when you get that little spider sense. Now here he will castle. Now I really want to play knight d4. Knight d4 takes, knight takes, pawn takes, and he just castles. So I can't see it. Knight d4 takes, rook e1. Can we possibly make that work? I don't believe it still. So it's a critical position, but maybe this one. Can we try this? What the hell is that? If he takes, we take here, and otherwise we're trying to take here. Yeah, this kind of feels like there's something going on, something in the position. I'm getting very short of time, but with the queen and bishop coming here, it felt like I was gaining some kind of activity of some sort. And you probably hear Come to Daddy-O in the background, which I'm not. How on earth did that even occur last week? I apologise so much that you heard that song the whole way through, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, so he's gone rook here, and now, well, we have to take. And now he comes back to defend, so definitely seems like there's got to be some funkiness here. Here, takes, bishop g6, and bishop here, check. Should we try it? Takes, bishop g4, bishop g4. Getting quite short time. If he castles, it feels like he's over the worst. Bishop here takes. Bishop d7. Queen here. Maybe we can do that. Okay, I'm getting too short a time here, unfortunately. So we don't want him to castle. If he can castle, then we are worried. So I think we're gonna shortly have to play for this. But let's go rook e1 first. And then if he castles, we're gonna go for knight to d4. But the timing, I'm so slow, because knight d4 seems like a good move. And I'm even a pawn up in this position. So this is very promising. Very promising. There's even ideas like knight coming over here. Knight h4. And then you have to get rid of this good bishop. But knight here is clearly the move to play. Takes, knight takes. And then his queen can't keep on these two pieces. If he can't castle, well, we're going knight d4 anyway. We're not even thinking about this move. Straight in. There's no point thinking. And is there some kind of move here? I want to play this now, but I don't know if that's working. Probably not. So we've got to keep trying to stop him castling. Maybe I went a little bit too far there with my idea. Wouldn't be the first time, would it? And it's okay. Again, this looks very slow, this plan. And sacrificing that piece might have been one step too far, but a fascinating game, actually. And he still has to be a little bit careful, because, again, this queen, very strong. Maybe even queen e4 is a move that he's got to watch out for. There's 1 minute left on the clock. And, of course, I just want to pile up with the rook here. I've got 2 pawns for the piece already, which seems like a pretty decent investment. And with the rook coming here, it could be a bit more. So let's throw a check in. His bishop probably has to go back now, and we're just going to try to increase that pressure. We've also got this move if he goes bishop c8. Now, if the rook comes back, do we go for a draw? He's a very strong player. I don't think we... I mean, the thing is, knight here, queen e4, knight here. Then if I take it, the queen's come off. So I'm sorry, I'm thinking rook here. We want to play for a win. Is there even this one? So he's gone back. Now, isn't this quite a decent move? Oh, no. I forgot his rook was there. This is the kind of stupid move that I make. And now this one is going to be the end. And he's blocked me out here. Oh, that was just crazy. Absolute mind blank. And now king here. I was trying to move a little bit too quick, which I'm not very good at doing because of the time situation. And I think king here is probably going to do it. I can take here. It's still a bit of play, but I was just worried that I was getting short time, and when I get a little bit rushed, things can go wrong. So he's got check. Okay, again, I've got no time to think, so we just had to play and move quickly. Now check and check. And then I can take here at the end, and we still get a good position. So this doesn't work for him. This is a strong move. It's still unbelievably quite dangerous for him, this position, I think. And I'm just going to... How do we do this? We just have to move quickly, because this time is really... King f7, I come here. And I need to get this queen back in the game. It's very dangerous for him, this still. I'm making way for my queen to try and get back to one of these 2 squares. Now bishop here. Can I take this one? I've got no time. I've got no time at all. No excuses. Yay. And he's come through. Yeah, that's a good move. And I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this one now at all. Yeah, again, I mean, he's obviously, he's Arjun. He's a great player. But I feel like I had a chance to get him in this one. And again, I'll sort those music problems out in a second. That was quite a fun game. Can't complain. Well played. Let me just get the music sorted out. I was in a rush to get started today. Doesn't help. And hopefully you can hear me. Now, what the hell is that music? I don't know why there is music playing. It's completely mad. So let me try and work out what the issue is with that. Okay. And it starts when I'm on this screen. It's crazy. I don't even know what the music is. You might not be able to hear it. I hope you can hear me because I muted something. One of these days, I'll just try to have a show without any technical problems. And of course, maybe it's this one. Is it this one? Okay, this might do it. There we go. So I saw the music was playing again, and I'm still sort of I've moved house recently, and I'm trying to. I've got loads of stuff everywhere, and I haven't really unpacked yet, so it's not as good as it should be yet. But hopefully, when I haven't even got a door on this room, when it is there, it will be looking nice. That last game was fascinating, very interesting game against Arjun, and I just played a little bit too quick there. And I played that one horrible move when I had quite a big initiative, and we did some very. It was very imaginative, and we could have had him there. We could have had him. We're within inches of winning, but as usual, I got too short of time. So let's see if we can win some games now. And we're playing now 24-41. It's always an honour to play someone like Arjun, one of the best players in the world. So like me. And it's always fun to sacrifice against them as well, which we managed to do. We managed to get a fair few sacks in, didn't we? And that's the way we're going to rock and roll. That's the way we're going to rock and roll. Sack, 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 lose. It reminds me of... I think we put a stop to that porn, don't we? It reminds me of this famous time when I think it was Richevsky. Have I pronounced his name wrong? Richevsky was only there's a picture of him. You can Google it online. I'll try. I should prepare these things, but you know what I'm like. He was playing. Okay, F4 is just too tempting here. I've got to play that. He was playing a Simmel at the age of 8, against a number of. Can we play G5? It's a little bit loose, but there's something a bit funny about this move. Okay, and it goes, yeah, amazing. The youngest person ever to do a Simmel, and what happened? Well, he lost every game, so it wasn't amazing. Okay, now I'm trying to build up an attack against this king, and I don't really want to play a move like Rook A7. His rook could come in here, but I mean, maybe it's okay just to defend this one for now. It's not obviously a great move to play, and I'm thinking I want Knight F6. This is, and then I want to sort of send my pieces to the king side. So this is what I'm ideally trying to do. Here, here, here. So if I can hold up my queen side for the time being, then maybe these kind of maneuvers with the bishop coming over here will be good. So a good move from my opponent. He's trying to break on through. And I guess I should probably take this, but the more he's opening up the position, the more superior his bishop becomes. So in principle, that last move that he played feels like a good move. I don't know if he's got any clear way to continue, but you don't always need a clear way. So this now puts my knight. I preferred it on f6 for some reason, but maybe it's even better here because we've got f3. It's a nice central square, and he's playing very positionally with this. But now I've even got here, but I can win the exchange by playing f3 first. But here takes a take there. He takes my knight. Very close. And if I play f3 and then bishop here, my king's a little bit loose still there. It feels like, again, there's a good move here. You know, sometimes you can just feel that you should have something very strong in the position. This one just kind of feels right, but then bishop here, and it's just very close to winning, but it's not winning. Takes here, takes here. F3, pawn takes, bishop here, winning the exchange. I think we should try this. I think f3. We keep the initiative going. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned is I'd love to have this pawn now back here. For the main reason my king feels quite loose. But this is a mistake, I would imagine, even though he is taking my bishop. It's not too bad, is it? My rook's very bad, so This is a very messy, very murky position here. He's got rook takes, so it's not too shabby for him. Now this piece is my problem. So do we now try to get it around and be willing to go up these pawns? My king, he's got one check. I think we need to get it around. I'm hoping his back rank will be weak if he starts coming in. And now he's shit. Got this massive check here, which I missed totally. Oh my words, that's a massive check. Takes check. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to sacrifice there. That was a big mistake on my part. Yeah, it's again very murky. There probably was something stronger. It takes me a couple of games to warm up, is my excuse always. And now we don't want to draw either, but is there any way to, I mean, here, rook here, check. Yeah, then he comes back. And in order to win this, I have to play something very dodgy like this. And I say dodgy because this is an idea. I've got queen d4, but he's won a lot of pawns. And he might start being able to take some guys now. Even play the ending, because he's got 4 pawns against 1 over here. What have I got over here? 4 against 2, but they're not very good pawns, are they? So, okay, it's just a very murky position still. So he is trying to grab some material. And can I get those rooks working? I can't see how. So we're going to have to give him some of these pawns and just try to consolidate some of the positions. So I need to have this one if he comes down with a rook, at least forcing his pieces slightly back. But even that is not too scary for him, because bishop comes here. What am I doing next? I don't really know. I can go here then. Okay, so he comes in here and got to get these rooks going. So got to try and get them working on the 7th rank now. Clearly he's got a lot of pawns. He's got 3 pawns at the exchange, far too many. So it just depends. If I can get the rooks going, which he's stopped quite successfully for now, got to just use them. Got to use them to attack. Try to win something back. My king seems reasonably safe. You know, one thing I wouldn't certainly not want to allow here is his rook taking on c7. That would be a disaster. I guess he can do this one. This might be one of his better options. Takes. But he's gone passive, which I would imagine is not a good idea from him, because you don't want to go passive, really, ever. Should I move my pawn off the 7th rank? That's another question. Okay, the king has to come. I've got to stop the pawn causing too much damage to me, and let's use it again. And we'll just try to discombobulate some of these pieces. Now, his rook coming into this rank feels a little bit scary, so I want to avoid a check from the rook here, and I don't want to run into h4. And look at this king. My king seems making some serious progress, and I just don't like his rook move. His rook move going passive seemed a little bit risky. Now, he is pushing this one, though. He is pushing. So I'm going to now go here, because if he pushes... No, he's got bloody hell the bishop here. Okay, I've made a massive mistake again, allowing the pawn to come to f7. Not playing well, am I? And this pawn on f7, yeah, this is just lost again. I mean, bad play from me. He comes in, doesn't he? Horrible play from me today so far. Slow start. We had this the other week, but get the bad games out of the way. I'm gonna have my cup of tea soon. That'll do the job. And this game, well, yeah, my king coming up was not ideal, and I think he's most likely winning with just these strong pawns coming down. It always looked a bit risky as soon as those guys got working, and I needed to keep my rooks active. And the problem now is one of my rooks is always going to be tied down to defense. So there's some slight chances if I can get this in and keep his king, you know, sort of in some way passive. I mean, I've got to grab this pawn, but I don't believe this, and I've got to just hold on to this with my king. But it just feels like it's got to be losing. Okay, so this is slightly strange because what's he doing next? Can we... Well, we've got to try queening our own pawn. We've got one plan. What am I missing here? What am I missing? It feels like he should be winning, but I can't see how he's winning at the moment. Rook here. Okay. Well, he's winning on time. That's how he's winning. That is how he is winning. I'm going to shut up and play. Fuck. I say that and then I play really slow and really badly. Yeah, okay. This was bad. At some point it went horribly wrong, didn't it? And this is even losing. I'm trying to play a little tricky move, but just bishop d7. Bishop d7's winning, yeah. And my rook's on pre, and it's going to be game over very soon. Ah, too slow. Even a chance there at the end. Right, let's get that cup of tea down, and then we're gonna come back. I better check my headphones again as well, and I will try and improve the lighting for this next time. But bummer. What a start! 0 out of 2. We had this a couple of weeks ago, and then I managed to string a win of 5 games in a row, which we're gonna have to try to work out here. But it was... what did I press there? I pressed the strange button. I'm trying to think again where it kind of went a little bit wrong. Let's have a little look at the analysis. So we'll put the analysis on. It's always good to see if we can improve. But we're straight in the game. It's just slow play. So now things will get better. So we're going to have to move with speed. We've had our warm up out the way. We did lose 1 game to Arjun. Maybe I'll have a look at that at the end of the stream just to see if I missed a win somewhere. And it's time to get 5 out of 5. I can feel it. Let's just get a roll of wins going after that incredibly slow start, and seem to be more warmed up. But it's the time. The time situation is key. And this is one way to play against the Pirc. You know, you go for this. I think what was it called? The 150 attack. I don't know if h3 is right, but I'm guessing knight g4 is something we should watch out for. And it's just a very simple way to play. The bishop on g7 is a good piece. You aim to swap it off, weaken your opponent's king. Now, I've got to watch out for that pawn, so I guess I can develop and defend it, because her idea, excuse me, was there and there. And that seems a little bit like a waste to me. I'm not really sure what that's doing. And now we can put our plan into operation. And the reason I got a pawn here is just to stop this knight coming to g4. Looking a bit grey today, aren't I? I think it is just the light in this room. And yeah, it's been a stressful couple of weeks, so it'd be nice to... I'm actually starting doing boxing on Tuesday evenings again, so I'm still doing a little bit of fitness, but it's been I've been a slob recently, and during the winter it's time to unslob, I feel, because it's very tempting to slop when it gets dark. You just want to get in front of the fire. Not that I have a fire. I love to have a fire. You know, I did once live in a cottage. It was something out of, like, what's that film? The Holiday? You've probably seen that. Everyone's seen that. And it was like that with my brother, actually. And we had an open fire thatched cottage just renting there. And it was absolutely lovely. It really was. So that would be the dream. Get a fire. Fire. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, fire. And what's that? Arthur. Mr. Arthur. And I'm just playing this because... my opponent's king is in the middle, so what do we want to do when our opponent's king is in the middle? We want to open things up, and that is what we are going to try. So I think we take here because this open things up, and now we take here because it opens things up. And I'd love to get this pawn out of the way, but you know, you can't do that in chess, and my knight's not very good. So let's do this, defend the pawn, stop my opponent trying to exchange queens, and my queen is a real pain for my opponent because it stops her from castling. If she could castle, she'd be reasonably, I think, okay here. So she might just move this knight backwards and forwards to try and do that. And as in my game against Arjun, my plan is to try and stop her castling, and even if it costs me a lot of material. So let's smooth the rook up. I mean, f4 is the other move, but that blocks my queen. And I am giving this pawn, which I think she should take. And then I'm going to come back. And now, if the knight comes here, I'm hoping my queen has a better square, like f4. And I'm just trying to stop my opponent from castling. If I can do that, then, you know, I feel like we have some pressure. So the queen can come back here now. Maybe I can even flick this crazy guy in. Oh, now I've said it. I'm going to be very tempted to play it. It's just wrong, isn't it? Don't do it. This check as well. Some tempting moves here. I mean, I don't really want to play for the ending. I mean, this one is just... Is it ridiculous? Simon, you're talking yourself into playing it. You are absolutely stupid at times, aren't you? And why do I make life so complicated? Okay, just don't. Just see if there's a better option. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. This check, my opponent moves the king there. And I don't see a way I can keep the queens on. I'm going to bloody play it. Okay, I'm just going to... even if it's bad, I have to... What is wrong? I have to go and do something stupid like that. I'm desperately trying to stop my opponent castling, but I don't know if it's worth a whole night here. God, we could get to 0 out of 3. Let's get this tea down. Cheers. We've got some nice gunpowder, green tea, to wake myself up here, which I think we need massively. And she hasn't even taken it. Boo! Probably just a good move. Now, we could start playing endings and stuff like that. But no, we've gone this far. Let's keep going. She can't move the knight because I've got this check. And let's just get another rook into the game. If she takes here, I'm going to take the rook. And I'm hoping, because of this discombobulation, that my pieces are pretty dang good. Okay, so she's coming over here now. Something like this is the first move that comes to mind. But is this even better? Is there a threat after that? There's nearly some knight d6 funky stuff. Oh my god, it's the funky shit. Great Prodigy song. This one becomes a check. There should be something here, I feel. But what is it? Now, here. Okay, let's just move it here. Now, b3, I'm hoping I can take and come behind. I am making life very difficult for myself when I don't need to. But this... Is there something like knight d6, queen takes here, rook f5? Oh my god, that'd be so sexy. It doesn't work. It's a whole queen, Simon. You are literally a little bit insane, aren't you? In the membrane, got no brain, going insane. This one is probably... I'm trying to create some art. This is the problem I have. You just play normal chess sometimes, Simon. Don't try to create art. Feels like there's got to be something here. If only I'd done my puzzle rush. I don't know what it is, though. Do we come here? What is it? What is it, people? What is the move? Surely. I mean, do I come here? This looks a bit slow. Okay, I'm not convinced by that at all. Feels like there should be something again. This one might just be the sensible move to play, and then we play the ending and we try to win. But I'm ridiculously trying to play some magic here, and we're trying to now come into the 7th rank. Okay, so should we take that once? Let's take it once, and in we come. Now, queen here check. Absolutely ridiculous position, this. Are we going to let our opponent queen? Check, rook here, knight. Okay, so this is a big threat. Queen takes, rook f7. Rook f7 is a big threat as well, which we may have to play. But what about this one? Check. Knight here. Doesn't work. King here. We could take here first, but check. Crazy position. Let's do the check. Queen takes, we take here, checkmate. Again, I shouldn't be trying to create art. I should just be trying to play chess. And now we have really a rather inadequate material. Check. Let's come back just to see. And I'm very aware of my clock situation, because now I can take here and take that one. But it doesn't seem like I'm going to get enough, right? Queen comes back, and of course we're playing for a win here. Do we take here first? Not win the queen, keeps the pressure on? Or do we just dive in and take this one? I think we have to take this one if we have any chance to win. And we just got to try to win as many pawns as we can. And what is this crazy pawn count? Because again, these pieces try out. Well, even if we lose this, we're having some extremely fascinating games today, which must count for something. Here. Okay, I'm going to use these pawns and hope that this gives me enough for the whole queen. Fuck knows. Excuse my French. I mean, I could grab another one. I mean, is this enough? Is this not enough? What is it? What is this? What is happening? What a weird ass position. Weird ass position to have. And 29 seconds. Okay, I'll shut up because I can't multitask. I'm just going to have to play. I can't play chess either, but that is a story for another day. Ooh, that was a good move that my opponent found. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Was it a good move? Okay. Oh my god, I'm so slow. I keep forgetting about this time thing. Check is my idea. I could have won a piece there, but I don't know if it's enough to win. Crazy game. We're having some absolutely stonkingly crazy games today, aren't we? And what the hell? That move just confuses the hell out of me. I could have checked. That move was terrible that my opponent played, but it confused me so much. I didn't know what to do. What is this position? Shit. Why are you playing like an absolute fool? Thank goodness my opponent was slower than me. Anyone with half the mouse skills there would have beat me. But, I mean, cheers to some interesting games. And we win the next one. We're getting our roll going now. We're getting our roll. So we started slow, 0 out of 2, which often happens to me. But we're gonna try to get this title Tuesday into gear. I see there's some flickering lights above my head, which really annoys me. Look at that, the light. Okay, I'm sorry about that, and it will be fixed. Everything one day will be a beautiful production with great camera quality and etc. etc. Let me see if I can. No, that's not helping, is it, Simon? How do we get rid of that? Okay, is it contrast? I don't know. You're gonna have to. It seems to have got worse, which is quite annoying. Okay, so well, just don't look at my face is the good way, which probably is a better option generally, because you know it can only go wrong, and that's not helping either. Whoa, look at that. And I'm going to concentrate on the game, and I'll try to sort out. There's a break after this one, so I'll try to sort out the camera things after this. Cheap cameras. I have to get a better camera at some point. And we're playing Jan from England, apparently. And I'm going to go for my standard classical Dutch. He's quite quick, this guy. I can tell that already. And with the knight on h3, you play for e5. You try to stop it coming here. And I think this is a pretty good system for black. I mean, because this knight looks a bit stupid when you go here. This is the kind of system that white often plays against a stone wall. But it's not as effective against the classical. And I'm still working, by the way, on my Stonewall chessball course, and I'm hoping that will come out pretty soon. Now, I'm going to just go here because I want this one and maybe knight c7 at some moment. And my opponent is trying to use these light squares. And this is either going to prove to be good or bad, right? Now, he wants this, so let's just defend that. And now I've got a knight also ideas coming to c5. And so I might just better grab this pawn. I mean, if c5, I go knight d5. It looks to me like this idea, which is an interesting idea. I faced this kind of concept before of white plonking the knight there, so I know knight here is a pretty okay idea. Hasn't worked greatly for my opponent. Now, I'm going to go here. That does allow this pawn to be saved. But I love putting the pawn on f4 because I just feel it gives attacking chances and blocks the bishop in. So it does quite possibly allow my opponent to live with that pawn. We will see. This is risky, clearly, because I'm walking into a very dangerous pin. Maybe my opponent now should just move the... Okay, this is another interesting idea. And knight here, still not stupid, is it? Takes, I get into this pin. b5, is that really a move? I'm just gonna... Am I gonna do that? No, let's go here with one idea of b5. And also, I kind of feel the queen is on the wrong side of the board. So I've got to defend b7. I guess I have to defend it. I maybe didn't have to defend it, but we want to send it. I was playing a poker tournament last night for the first time in ages. Did pretty well, but not really winning any money. But it's fun to play a bit of poker. I hate playing online though. Much more fun playing a little bit of banter. And still a very interesting position this. So I suppose my opponent can come over here. Is his pawn weak? Is it strong? I do have these attacking chances. Is the bishop good? Is it not? And my opponent also playing for pressure. Now b5, okay, and maybe my rook can come this way. That's a very unique plan, and I like unique plans. It's probably awful, so I'm going to do this instead. This seems like a sensible plan, and I think taking there may well have been playable, but it's not on the agenda at the moment. Now, I'm just wondering how weak g7 is. You know, this kind of idea, threatening checkmate. I've got bishop f6, so the queen comes there. But obviously I have to be very alert to this one. Again, maybe bishop here comes. And it's a strange position. So my opponent puts this here. And I guess I should sneak forwards here. Again, it's so hard to know what the right move is. Here the bishop comes with tempo. That's that thing I've got to be aware of. And this keeps an eye on f2, which I don't even know if I want to necessarily take. I'd love to get a knight here now. Is anything like that playable? And b5, and try to get the rook over. It's a very confusing position, this. Also, is my opponent even going to take there? That doesn't look like it should work. Now, if I move it and an in, it's very confusing. I'm very confused. I'm generally very confused. So what about here? And we're trying to get this in and this, and I've got to move quicker. If my opponent takes here, which might be playable, rook here, bishop g3, and he's gone for it very quickly. So bishop also coming in here and takes it is check. I have to take this. Kind of feels now something has gone wrong for my position here. Feels like this has gone a little bit wrong. Is this just strong? This could be the issue. Here. Still some interesting possibilities here, I feel. Let's try this. Takes. King f7. Didn't want anything this bloody complex. Now I'm going to take here. But maybe just pawn takes is safe. I don't have a good square for the queen. Fuck. Ay. Yeah. Just it's tough, isn't it? It's a tough game. Not doing well so far. And this is horrendous, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just losing here. So okay. Fuck. Okay, we'll get the queen up. We'll play a little bit longer, but clearly it's gone wrong. And that's the problem. When you play sharp chess, it can go really, really bad, as it has done. And still time to recover, but it's not going to be easy now. And, well, I'm going to have to start blitzing out this one to have any chance, aren't I? So let's see if we can... Nope, that is the end. A little blunt to finish things off. All right, well, time for a break. Very slow start. But we've had this before. We just have to come back. And I think my opponent played reasonably well. I want to have a quick look, see where I went wrong there. I'm going to try to sort this lighting out a little bit. Little things like that annoy me. And this Proctor is a pain in the arse still. So, oh right, so I'm actually in trouble here. So this knight e8 wasn't a good move. So e5 here, knight 8's a blunder because this one, and bishop d5 check. Who on earth would see that? That's crazy. I don't know how that works. And my position must have been pretty okay around about here, but my opponent did play well. And queen e8 looks all right. This is okay. This is fine. This is all good. And this is where I started to drift. This is maybe a threat, and I probably should just make sure I don't give that tactical chance. So rook here, and my opponent took this chance quickly, and now I'm in trouble. And he played all the right moves. So I think in general he played very accurately there. And I gave him many chances. So pretty good game from my opponent, but obviously not from myself. All right, such life. So it's time for a short break at my end, but the next game at your end will be straight back. I'm going to try and see if I can... The lighting now looks better again, but I need a break. I need to get some coffee in, and I need to start playing fucking better chess. One of these days we'll be with it, but we got the second segment, so have to now get that roll of wins going after starting 1 out of 3. So we need to get 5. We need to get 4 out of 4 next section. Nothing else is going to suffice. Is it going to be another early day at my end? Let's hope not, eh? Let's hope the hell not. All right, so I managed to sort out the camera today, as you can see. So very pale and bad picture. So that'll be my plan for next week. So you don't get my beautiful face today. You get the vampire version of me. And let's concentrate on the chessboard. And I'm playing this, which is the Kilkenny Gambit, apparently. Made up in beautiful Kilkenny of Ireland. Beautiful place. They speak French, like Irish accent, like I do. Perfect Irish. Yeah, I don't think I'd pass for an Irishman as soon as I open my mouth, at least. And you give up a pawn, and what is going on? I don't know. So my opponent probably wants to do this next, and I'm just thinking what we can do. So let's destabilize this knight, because I expect my opponent will play a5, and I've just done this gambit just to get an interesting and unique non-theoretical position, and my opponent's now gone in with this idea. So probably a very interesting idea. We'll stop that one. And I like these kind of positions where there's really no theory, you know, and you're just playing a chaotic position from like move 5, which you rarely get now. And I developed a piece. I stopped this one, so my opponent's now renegotiating that idea. And this one he would check, so we probably don't want to do that. We probably want to cover this square. Now I'm thinking bishop d3, but then if I take here and I go knight f3, I get a little bit of development. Let's try that. So if my opponent takes with the idea of just winning the pawn, I'm going to flick this one in. Crazy position already. And yes, I'm material down, but you know, these guys are sitting here, and I'm going to gain, I think, some moves against the queen, right? Knight here, and one of the ideas of this Kilkenny Gambit, which I did play once against a Grandmaster, and I lost, but it's probably a nonsense gambit. It's kind of interestingly nonsense. Well, I don't know what the idea is. The idea is to get a couple of tempo and attack. So that's what we're going to do. So let's bring the knight out. and see if we can harass this queen more. Fascinating position. Now, this would be my first idea, because if I take, my opponent's going to take here. And if I go here, this one. So let's bring the rook in. And I'm just trying to get them all working. And we're going to try to maybe gain another tempo with the rook coming to g5. My opponent does have queen h3. And then maybe even bishop f5. Really weird stuff. So this is what I'm angling to do. Rook g5 and the bishop coming here. I might even try to set up another light after this. I haven't set up my lights yet, which is clear. But let's concentrate on this crazy Kilkenny Gambit. I think it's got another name, this, but they were playing it in one of the Kilkenny tournaments, which I'm playing this year. If you're interested in a chess tournament, there's a tournament in Ireland in November. It's maybe one of the nicest places in Ireland, Kilkenny. So do come along if you're interested. And this now is what I was thinking. What is this madness? Has to play queen h6. I love it. I'm kind of, even though I'm having a terrible tournament so far, I'm kind of enjoying this madness today. And now rook g6. I really, oh dear, this is too much, isn't it? I mean, this might win a piece as well. What about I just flick this in? Because is that knight strangely trapped? Chess is such a weird game. You know, this idea seems to have worked okay. And somehow all my pieces have come to life. Somehow my opponent's pieces are sleeping, even though I think my opponent's played what seems like fairly logical and not too shabby moves. So how the hell did that work out? And it looks like we're playing a Russian player. And I've just seen that Ukraine have won the European Chess Championships as the team. So congratulations to them. That's fantastic news. And they've done it not with the strongest team. And I think their board one, Kovalenko, was actually on the front line in the conflict, which is incredible that he took time off the front line to go in, you know, partake in the European Championships and win it for Ukraine. So that's a really great result for them as a chess team. You know, well done, guys. Well done. Under adversity. Now, what? Again, I'm quite enjoying this, but I think this looks all right. And what is the pawn doing over here? What is going on? Do we have this check? What is this? I'm also now thinking of nonsense like this, because this is the way my brain works, and then coming in here when we don't need to. But we're kind of in one of those moods today. Do we just sacrifice back to have a bit of fun? Should we do it? You know, as soon as I see something stupid, it's really hard to say no. I shouldn't do it. I've got to get some points on the board. So rook takes f7 was interesting, but I think it's literally, I've got to try to win some games, haven't I? Okay, opponent's king. That should be the next port of call. Let's just grab a pawn. I think I'm pretty safe. And piece up. We got this king here and rook g1. I seem to be pretty well harmonized. So let's try to develop the last pieces. So let's do that. So we'll bring the bishop out. My opponent doesn't have a good square for the queen either. Is the queen lost? I think this is only move. He has to do this. And now queen takes, and now this one is the only way to keep the queen sort of on. And maybe I shouldn't have allowed this even, because that queen's slightly annoying. And why am I playing so? Why am I throwing away these great positions as well? I'm asking myself. Okay, let's go here, because then g6 is now a threat, because that rook is defended. So g6 is a threat. Now, does that stop my threat? I don't see how. You've got to check, but king d2. And, well, let's go for it. It's only a check, this check. I think I can even go king f1. Then knight e5 check. King g2. Crazy position. Should be a win here for me. Again, I'm not sure if I can see where it is. So if king here takes here, and that is got to be winning, but I want to play something even cleverer. What about king here? So this knight has to go here, and then king g2. I think this is... I'm walking into a discovered check. Surely that doesn't work. Surely there's this one. Check, king here. I mean, surely... Okay, I've got to play it. I've got to play it. Now, is there a finish like bishop d4? Rook here. I lose my queen. Check here. Not good. I've got takes, then bishop d4. Might be the best way to do it. Threatening the knight, and also with this... This is the simple way of doing it. And let's not try to be too clever in this game. We want to get points on the table, and my opponent really shouldn't be defending here. This pawn is way too strong. Is that knight trapped? It's very close to being trapped. And another thing, we want to get this one across. So let's now aim to finish the game with this big check. For example, knight d5, rook g3 is checkmate. And the rook coming across is my main idea. I'm controlling this square with that last move in what's been quite a fun game. So my opponent stopping this one for now. And let's just move the bishop out of the way. Incredibly strong bishop, guarding the pawn. And I'm gonna be greedy and take that one. And a number of ways to do this. This one looks reasonably interesting. Takes, I got rook g3. This knight stopping rook g3. So my opponent going for that pawn. And, you know, I don't really want to make this passive, but let's just move. My opponent very short time and get a point on the board. And this position is still completely winning for me. That pawn on e7 just too strong. Okay, so yeah, we need to, in this middle segment, get a big score. I mean, we're playing interesting chess, but at the end of the day, it is a competition and it is about the score. So I'll try to keep playing some weird gambits. This one, I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's quite underrated. Give it a go. It's a really fun blitz move to play, the Kilkenny Gambit. You normally only play it after, I mean, the rule, maybe there's more than one rule, so maybe it is rules. The rule is that you can only play this gambit, this move, after having a minimum of 5 pints of Guinness. Otherwise, fate will have it that you will lose horrendously. I don't know what accent I'm doing there. So you need to get the mojo rising by having 5 pints of Guinness. It's the Kilkenny Gambit. That's what they do in Kilkenny. They drink Guinness and they play crazy ass chess. So that's the rule. Okay, let's see if I can improve the light in time quickly. So bear with me. I'll see if I can improve this appalling production value I have going on today. Surprise, surprise. At least you can hear me without any weird music today. Yeah, maybe. Right, so I failed miserably to get light set up. I stood up and then this game had started. And talking to Ukrainian players, we are playing a Ukrainian player. And I don't know the Ukrainian alphabet, so I'm not going to attempt to butcher that name at all. Because, yeah, it looks very strange to me. And okay, at least we're getting a very fun opening here. We're getting the dragon, and the dragon's always good for a laugh. Now, don't castle kingside because that's boo. It's always a bit sad when they do this because the positions you get when they castle queenside are just so much fun to play. And this is the more positional approach. I don't know what this is called. Is it called the Karpov variation? Something like that. And the one thing I normally aim to do in these positions is go for the c4 square. So we're going to try to play normal plan of getting that c4 square. And my opponent, on the other hand, clearly aiming to play something along this line. But now c4 is already pretty open. I'll do this. Some positions you might grab that one. It's kind of useful to get the b pawn going. And now I'm going to come here, allowing this move though, but hopefully this move can be dealt with just by something sensible. Okay, so normal moves. This one again, I'd love to get my knight here. Is that ever going to be playable? Can I start doing it now? This square for the knight is just what we need to do. let's try. So let's see if we can send the knight into here. And there might be now an idea against c3. I'm very cautious about giving up this piece because it's a star piece in the dragon. But if I can get the queens off, I'll be much more happy to do it because I shouldn't get checkmated. But of course, my opponent plays here. And he's going to grab this one. But I do get c2 at the end, and I assume that this should be okay. My opponent's got to recapture, and now I come in to take this one with pressure against b2. And also the knight potentially struggling. It has to come here, and I think I'd take it. So this seems to be working all right. Bishop c3, takes, rook e8. Knight comes here, be lovely for me. I take, and this bishop on f3, if it's stuck behind a pawn there, positionally great. So what else does my opponent do? This is on pre. I might even have b2 on pre. So looking like an okay position. What a back hammer angle is today, Simon. I keep saying it. I need to get some professional help in many different areas of my life. I did actually once try counselling, but I'll be honest, I found it the biggest waste of time. It probably works for some people, so congratulations to you if it worked for you. But personally, I was like, this is just absolute nonsense. So it certainly doesn't work for all. And I prefer exercise and going to the pub and talking to friends. That's my kind of, that's what does it for me. And this position should be good. And my opponent not even threatening to grab this pawn. So this move seems a little bit irrelevant. And I'm going to put my king on f6 to stop. I mean, everything's guarded here. So this was my opponent's idea. I should have maybe given it a little bit more respect. And does it help if my opponent comes in here? I still think my knight's guarding everything, isn't it? At this moment in time. And I can... Such a beautiful piece. I mean, look at this one. And now just want to stop a potential g4. I'm taking my time, but when your opponent starts playing moves like this, you've got a bit of time. And my king now can cover e7. I'll probably put my pawn here now. My opponent couldn't play g4 before because of this. And as I sort of described this situation earlier, didn't I? That when white has a pawn on d5, the bishop becomes horrendous because the bishop doesn't have anything to attack. So this is a very bad situation for my opponent. And maybe I can even do something a little bit crazy like that. I mean, it's safer to take with a rook, right? But we're in a adventurous mood today. So let's try and do this. And which I'll probably immediately regret. And okay, we'll just see what my opponent now plays. I'm kind of doing this a bit funny, aren't I? Why do I do that? And I have to come back now. Clearly, we don't want to draw here. So, exchange off the rooks. Is that safe? I think it's okay, because as long as my knight can come back to this square, everything will be covered. And this is my opponent's only active piece. This is also a nice little formation I got, because these pawns are very weak, especially f4, because my opponent can't defend it with g3. And... He's finding annoying moves to stay in this game. That's what the aim is of chess. And he's probably going to come back into this square. But I've now figured that if I get my king here, I will guard everything. So this is the ideal situation. Get my king to that square. Now let's keep the dark squares going. But he's playing, he's making this as hard as he can. Okay, we'll grab that one. And now try and pick up some of these pawns if we can. I mean, rook e3 was probably maybe I can play that next. This should really be surely a winning ending. I can win this one as long as I don't let him get any counterplay. But I think f6 stops everything. So knight here, I've got f6. I've got here everything over there. You can't get a passed pawn, so this should be winning. I've allowed this. That was stupid. Why have I allowed that? See, this might still be winning, but why on earth have I allowed that counterplay? I could have just played king e7. That was extremely bad play by me. might still be winning, but I've played this very badly, and I want to get my king here. I've got to stop this pawn. And I just didn't need to allow this. You know, the way to win games is to stop all forms of compensation. I mean, it's probably still winning because these guys should just be too good. And that doesn't make any sense because it gets in the way of the pawn. I know my opponent was heading to g6, but I easily stopped that. Now, I don't understand how these pawns are ever going to go anywhere. So I think we will grab that one. Now, bishop here may be an idea. So let's play b5. And this pawn is not going to go anywhere with my king on g8, is it? I don't think. So pawn here. I've just got to make sure I don't allow this move to occur. So I go here, and then I just push these babies. Is the plan. So let's do it. And try and queen these ones. Now check. I could get greedy. Could take this one. But I think we just keep pushing. Keep pushing them. Let's try this idea. King here. I take this. And my knight stops this king coming in. So the king can't cross over. And here... Okay, now probably I have to get the knight involved somewhat to get it off this diagonal, get the bishop away from that pawn, so I can play b4. And the thing to bear in mind is my opponent, I was going to say, can't make progress. What a bloody move that was! Wow, does that work here? Amazing idea. Amazing idea. Which is confused the hell out of me. Here takes, and then I go b3, and it might be a draw. This is if takes, how safe am I there? It looks quite scary for me. Amazing idea. There takes. But maybe I'm just being too scared. So, okay, I'm going to try this. But I've allowed, again, counter chances. This is what I'm doing wrong here. Now, this one, I'm going to take this because I'm hoping my king has these two squares. For a short time as well. But I've allowed compensation. And this is obviously the other idea to push. So let's just push. There's no point thinking. And here, queen. Check. Oh, we know how slow I am. Okay, we've got cross checks, hopefully. This is a cross check. Okay. Well, my opponent was very resourceful in the ending there. I'm going to give up on trying to improve my video quality. So just wait until next week. It will be crisp. Actually, I'm playing chess next week in a tournament, so there might not be a title Tuesday next week, but next time it'll be good. And nice little try at the end there, because my opponent was on the back foot for quite a long time, and I got a little bit complacent. This is a standard way to lose a game, that you relax a little bit, you get complacent, and your opponent, on the other hand, backed against the wall, fights like a caged animal that you're about to butcher, and they fight much harder than they would do normally. And this is exactly what my opponent did here. He found, and in a completely losing position. I mean, it is completely losing, but I still should be very aware of my opponent's chances. And he found this move. And I had to think again, and I do have many ways to win, but actually it looks like I did found the right way. So far in this part, we're on 2 out of 2. This is the middle part, but we're now playing someone higher rated than me, and we got, well, I'm not going to say our first challenge because they're all challenging these games, but let's go for this one again. This worked well, didn't it? The Kilkenny Gambit. just because I'm going to Kilkenny, and I've got to play the Kilkenny Gambit. We go to Kilkenny. I'm not sure this is the right way to speak in Kilkenny. I've got to improve my Irish accent. Please don't hate me, Irish people. Okay, so we kind of got like a Pirc, but I've got an open G file. Is that any good? I don't know. It might be a load of rubbish. And now this is potentially a threat. So E5, the knight comes here. It seems like I've got some good development and some quite funky position chances here. So let's line up the queen. And I'm going to castle queenside, so I need to get that queen out of the way. My opponent a little bit cramped. This has got to be worth a pawn. So, okay, we'll keep the bishop on this diagonal. And my opponent doesn't like that, but this is opening up another line. And I'm surprised my opponent is opening stuff up. So in we come. We've got rook d1 as a main option, but e5. And this c5 move, very risky when you're defending to open up the situation. And come on, rook d1, straight in. Every move we try to attack with. If the queen comes here, maybe the knight can come in. If this comes here, wow, didgeridoo, in we go. Didgeridoo, here comes the knight to fuck you. Famous song that from Willy Wonka, I believe. And okay, come on. This is looking tasty. What is the right way? Takes, and do we have a follow-up? Is there a follow-up? Or let's just do this. Let's keep coming through the middle. Get rid of this one so we can plant into this juicy square. And a6, well, yeah, this is definitely a strong initiative here. Is it, you know, we've got to put the ball in the back of the net, as they say. Kilkenny Gambit made of gold. It's a golden gambit. And I don't believe this. I don't believe this can work for my opponent. I just don't believe it. So we take here. Now, even if my opponent takes, my queen comes in. But there's got to be something magical here. But I've not been spotting him in other games. So takes here. Check. King. And we got a big initiative there. But takes, I am taking here. So is there even a threat here? Do I just come back therefore? Takes, check, knight here. Man, there's got to be something big. Got to be onto something. Takes here. There's so many tempting moves here. What is the one? Bishop here. Nearly. Even knight here is like... here. Takes. Knight here. I mean, the problem is there is too many good moves. I'm going to go for this one because I haven't got all the time in the world to think, and this means I'm only one pawn down, but we're still initiative. I'm looking at this now, I'm thinking there was probably better moves, but okay, we can't regret. I want this kind of thing, going for f7. So now my opponent giving up the rook here, because I did have some other ideas, but I'm going to grab that rook because it makes a pleasant surprise to be material up. I'm not used to that feeling in life. And look how good it is not to have a pawn on g2. The Kilkenny Gambit comes to kill you. He's got to play king here. And he is surviving with that move, funnily enough. Is he? Is he? And I don't know, that move just looks... Maybe I'll go queen d2. Oh, spanky. Like it. Because this is a major check. A major check on g8. And we are getting the spanking paddle out. And we're getting it ready for usage. Okay, right. So we don't go backwards. We only go forwards. So c4 looks right. But is there even something a bit more, again, pretty? So this check, I'm just going to go c4. It might well be an easier way to win, but this creates a threat and we're material up. I mean, there was ideas of check, then king here, and then I take. There's ideas of check, king here, bishop here, check, king takes, but this is simple. And now we can come in with check because the queen is a queen. And you surely cannot survive this one. Just bishop here. There's one idea. Bishop here is another idea. There's so many ideas. Okay, this one. Let's go for this. And let's not lose on time. If knight here, this one. Keep moving forwards. In we go. Let's keep moving in. The idea is take here and take here. And if here, then where is the finish? I think... I mean, it's amazing that... Am I this blind? I can't see a win after this move. Here. Okay, now come on. He's going to castle. But what is the best way to win this one? I think just take this knight, yeah? Because f8 is weak. And if he castles, I start taking them all. And I haven't counted, but I'm assuming I'm quite a lot of pieces up here, like a whole rook. And it does look that way. So we'll take here. We'll come in. We'll use those dark squares. His last chance. Does that do anything? I don't think so. There's nothing here. That extra here. There's a check here. Got to watch out for that. So let's pull this back just to a sensible square first. And maybe we can try to get it around here to finish off on this one. But there's also these kind of checks. And maybe here I can even just dominate the board with rook d4 check. And we come up here. So, but queen d4 is again what I think will finish it in the easiest way. His queen's on pre. I'm threatening queen d7. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, son. The Kilkenny Gambit. I sound like a pirate of the seven seas. I may look a bit pale, but I can play some chess when I'm attacking, sir. Okay, so we're on 7th round. We're actually 1-3 out of 3 now. So, boom! We just need to get warmed up. We need to get jogging. And that what a gambit that is. It's Kilkenny Gambit time. And let's just go through that because we seem to get a pretty tasty position pretty quick. This is a good gambit. G4, give it a go, boys and gals. And let's do a little run through and get off my ghost face. And the point is that we get 2 pawns in the center. There's already got to be some compensation. Two soldiers in the center, and we're threatening the knight. That's got to be something. And I don't know why I got Michael Jackson song stuck in my mind. Gotta be onto something. It's probably not even the lyrics. And I don't mind Michael Jackson, but I'm not a massive fan. You know, well, I'm not a fan. Let's put it that way. And he now blows into a Pirc. And what this reminds me of, this position, just think of this position, because I play this kind of rubbish, is if you go on move 1, e4, and then you go here, 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 here. And the difference here, you know, this position is what I play as black, the black line. Now, the position we got in the game is I've got a couple of extra tempo. I might, yeah, even e5. The computer's saying e5, go straight through the middle. But this also looks very tempting because we've got ideas now of this move. This move might just win on the spot. Let's say it goes g6. Then, boom, Lokosher. And the knight comes in. Something like this, very, very scary. So this looks very natural. And we're developing. And now the queen lines up. So good comp. Bishop drops back. And now my opponent plays an absolutely horrendous move. He can't open up the position with the king here. But we can see that the Kilkenny Gambit has done its job. Now, have I had my 5 pints of Guinness? That is for you to ponder and for me to know. I generally only drink Guinness in Ireland, I have to say, because why do I only drink Guinness in Ireland? I don't know, but that is generally what I do. God knows why I only drink it in Ireland. Why do I only drink it in Ireland? I don't know. And in this position, well, this is just horrible because look, we've got so many new open lines, and the bishop flies in. We're looking at the d8 square, and now the rook comes around. Oh, it's beautiful. And now the knight flies in. This is just so much fun to play. And here, the pawn smashes through. And now, what is the best way to win this? So knight d6 immediately is winning. Oh, that's... And just going for the dart squares, of course. So knight d6 takes, rook takes. But okay, this must be good. Now, did I find a good move here? Bishop takes, my initial thought was actually the best move. But it needed some real crazy shit after that. Oh, look at this line. This is beautiful. So I saw this and king here. And I was thinking knight f5 check. And knight f5 is actually the top move. But okay, well, we won. So let's see if we can finish off this segment with 4 out of 4. So we need to win this one. And then we're going to be on 5 points. And we might even have an outside chance to get to the magic score of 7.5, which I used to get on a regular basis when I could play chess. A long time ago in a universe. Well, how does it start in Star Wars? Far, far away, when the Jedi could play chess. So we're going for my normal idea, checkmate on h2. And he stopped that, the bastard. So this move is really what you have to play here. This is probably quite a good move. I rushed that one a little bit. I should have pondered that a little bit more. Because I want this, but d5. Okay, let's do it. Rushing my moves a little bit here. My opponent playing quick, got to take. Now d5. And what is this like? Is this pawn good or is it bad? I'm not sure. I want to put my bishop here, but too late. And he's coming through, is he? Well, we'll take that one if he comes in. No, because this one's on pre. I'm playing this. Can we take this? Okay, well, I'm going to take it. This is my idea. I assumed that this is what I was trying to do, but now there is certainly something here. Okay, well, these moves. It feels to me like he's punting here, and he's not. He wants this still. Okay, so I have to be a bit careful. Queen here takes. I get you. I get you. Here, let's do this. So we counter attack. Got to watch out. This one is still always hanging, and if knight here, I can take that, and then he takes here. Check. He's going to get a bit of play there, isn't he? She plays it quickly, but it should have a good move here, I feel. Now here, he takes here. And then maybe something like queen here. Just play for the kingside attack somehow. He's played this very quickly, but I don't believe what he's doing somehow. It strikes me like slightly nonsense, but do we go here and bring the queen over here even? Intriguing. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. I could have, of course, won the exchange, but I'm kind of liking my bishops. And winning the exchange by grabbing that one, I lose my bishops. I lose a lot of power. So, okay, so he's now coming with the idea of taking and taking. That's a good move. If here he takes here. That's a good move. That's a good move. Here takes. Can I sack my queen somehow? I don't believe that. Okay. This is... I missed this move, so I've got to probably move this bishop back. But then I'm really starting to doubt what I'm doing then. Some bishop's nice here. Okay, you're too slow at the moment. Too slow. Okay, we'll just have to stick with this. Too slow. That was too slow. So yeah, he found some very good moves very quickly there. So we'll credit to him. So knight takes queen here. Or queen e7. Queen e7. Okay, he hasn't done that. So let's quickly come over here. Now he has got a check on one of these two squares and taking here. And instead he's going for this. I'm really getting confused by this. But his light squares, why didn't he keep his light squares? Because now his light squares are loosened, right? Again, I'm not really keeping an eye on the material, but he's also got 2 pieces on pre. I don't understand his last move. He could have checked and taken here with the bishop. And now, well, actually, he's just dropped a piece, hasn't he? So I'm going to not worry. I'm not going to get greedy and start grabbing pawns. I'm going for the light squares. And let's do it. So we take there. And okay, so let's just keep calm. Keep calm. This one with the idea of bishop h3, because that's, I think, where I want my bishop. So he has to, I expect, defend, and then bishop h3 is what I'm trying to do. Now bishop h3 anyway. But let's take here first, right? And centralize. So time is really against me. Position, great. Time, not so great. Now queen b2 if he goes e3. I'm trying to get in on the light squares. Now I'm just going to go for the ending. It's simple to play. And it should be winning. Well, it is winning. There's no should be. It just depends if I can do it in time. And yeah, now this one I'm going to do. It looks interesting to stop his king coming in. It looked very interesting to me. And no. Let's now try to get the king in. What do we just take here? Okay, it's a bit of work to do here. Now that he's managed to do that, a bit of work. Obviously, I've made this harder than I should have. Always the story of my life. And I'm down on time. Shit. Come on. Really made this a lot harder to win. G5 or G6? Bishop E6. Let's hit those pawns and play quick. Chances of winning this? I'd say 50-50 with my time situation. I've really let this slip. And we know how slow I am. Wow. Can he do that move? That seems such a bad move that he played. But who am I to say? He's literally just trying to sit here now. Okay, king comes up, still got to win this. How do I win this? How do I win this? Right, I'm hoping I've made his king more passive, but who knows? How do we get through? Bugger. Okay, now my king's made progress, surely. Surely it's made progress. And now G3 is on. So we're making great progress now. Okay, apart from that move, which is good. To come back, don't I? Then he checks me. Shit. What have I done? Oh, Simon, play this. But this is not. This is, Simon. 25 seconds, not enough, is it? Why am I thinking that? Crazy. Crazy decisions to make. Yeah, so this has gone wrong. And real work to do here to not lose on time. Possible for me not to lose on time here, right? I need a magic mouse. He is quite slow, thankfully. And my position has winning chances, but it's probably a theoretical draw now because of the way I've done it. 20 seconds. Why don't I check? Because I haven't got time. Bloody hell. Didn't expect that move. Too slow, Simon. You're too slow. Oh, it's nearly stalemate, isn't it? Or just not on time. The fuck? Oh, man. I don't even know what happened at the end there. Bloody shit. That's what happened. Oh, dear. Yeah, I just got myself too short time. I only got myself to blame and kind of played a good game there. But, yeah, I need to... oh, dear. Sad. Okay, well, there's 3 games to go. Little break at my end. And we played well, but we just made that too long. And he held on. And I just started divering and davering there. And I should have put the ball at multiple moments into the back of the net. So, ridiculous. Let's see if we can at least finish with 3 out of 3. And let's... Oh, no. Oh. I mean, sometimes I just want to find the nearest wall and bang it with my head, or you know, go to the road outside and just lay on it. You seen that Radiohead music video where he just lays on the pavement and just wait for a lorry to come? That feels appropriate at this moment in time. You idiot. So life is kind of full of disappointment, and what you got to do, you know, you got to get on with it and play the Kilkenny Gambit. Boom. That's what you got to do. Sahib has never seen such an insulting pawn push in his entire life of the Indian school of chess. He works a mere 8 hours a day on the Royal Lopez, King's Indian, and here comes the Kilkenny. And what does he do against the Kilkenny? He has no idea. The Kilkenny in his face. He's certainly good against some of these players. Can we get 3 out of 3? If we win this game, we will get 3 out of 3 with a Kilkenny Gambit. So I'm just developing sensibly. And what do we do next? I mean, push this back. He goes back. He probably wants to go back. Do we develop a knight? We kind of want to play attack this knight and go e5. Do we come over here? Let's play this move. Why not? And okay, so he's coming this way. And now if I come here, is he going to go h6 and e5? Developing, quite natural. Right, I think we bring the pieces out. It can't be a bad move. So we have got 3 pieces developed to his smaller number. I can't count at the moment. And we'll go here now. And I'm just going to go queen d2. And then we're going to... I mean, e5 is kind of interesting. He comes back, e5. Takes. But I don't like exchanging queens. But no, we keep the queens on. And we'll go for these 2 plans that we've seen me use already. One plan, castling. Another plan, bishop h6. Two separate plans. And we also saw this move being played in one of the earlier rounds where I think did I lose that game? Probably. I lost a lot of games today. And the other thing in this, it blocks the d file, so we might have e5. And I think we got a bit of compensation for the pawn. I mean, we got more development. We got a bit of action, and we got the open g file. We got the open Kilkenny file. And well, do we flick? Okay, let's go bishop h6 again. So this is very similar to the game we had against the woman FIDE master, who played very well. And did we lose that game? No, that was a crazy game, wasn't it? It was a fun game as well, where we sacked everything for no reason whatsoever, except that we're maybe a little bit mentally unstable. And we got a similar idea that our opponent could not castle, so the king is stuck in the middle. And in general, that must be a bucketful of salami, whatever that means, a bucket full of compensation. And now I'm going to go forwards because we have to open it up, and let's just play with flow. And what have I missed? What have I missed? Takes queen here. Wow, I got tacticked. Oh, these bloody tactic bloody geniuses. Okay, that's a nice tactic, right? Fucking hell. That's frustrating. Can we tactic the tactica? Tack. Bishop e4. Okay, let's try it. This is ridiculous, but it is an open file, and the opponent's king is stuck there. So if knight takes here, bishop e4. So the point of that last tactic takes queen d5, hitting in my rook, hitting my knight. I don't know if there's a move there. So this is the concept. Now my opponent might be able to tactica by doing something with a queen sacrifice. I don't know. But otherwise, I'm going to take here, and I'm keeping my opponent's king in the middle of the board. I'm 2 pawns down, but we don't care. We're playing the Kilkenny Gambit, and we're going for the 3 out of 3. Come on. And if we get 3 out of 3, we have proven that this is the openings of all openings. It's actually probably just a load of bullshit, but it's fun bullshit. The kind of bullshit which is lights up in the night time because it's so toxic, you know. And if you take a sniff of it, you turn into super poo man of the chessboard world. Radiation man, radiation poo man, radiation poo chess man. Yes, indeed, Simon. Shut up, you fool. Okay, so here I expect something like this would be the most likely, but we got knight coming here. Now we really don't want our opponent to castle. That would be so upsetting. I mean, I'd be extremely distraught. Can we therefore throw some crazy shite in like this? That can't work, can it? Okay, come on. So is casting going to be that bad? We don't want him to castle, do we? We really don't. So is queen here, then he castles this way. We don't want that to happen either. Have this been a case of premature attaculation? Something that many grandmasters have faced with not much success in the past. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to make this work now. Time is ticking. Okay, queen here, and he castles this way. And I take there the sun play. Okay, I think we have to come back, which I don't like. But all right, okay, the king's still in the middle. Now, if castles this way, I do have e7. And otherwise, I want this square, which looks like a decent square. I'm sure, okay, this is slow. This is slow what he's doing. So the knight coming somewhere, surely. Which way? In this way, we got h4, but this is something. And we're, again, trying to force some possibilities. Can I take there and go queen there? I think the main point of his last move, he wants rook over here. Now b3 is possible. I suppose we go here, but then he castles and he's got this one. So b3. Okay, he's come here anyway. So he would think have to centralize, but he's got okay. This one now takes. I think we come back. No, we've got to keep up. We've got to keep attacking. As soon as we go backwards, it's not going to work, and we can't go backwards now because we're just going to lose. We have to keep going forwards. Now, come forwards again. There we go. Now he's got rook here. This is frustrating. So bishop. Oh no, he's not even on a pin there. I need help. We all know that. Okay, let's get out of the way of rook f5. That was a key defensive idea, and now I'm not believing this as much or at all, I have to be honest, and the time is not in my favor, so we need a bit of a miracle now. It's got this check as well. I have to just centralize and hope things hold, because this check was strong, but he might even be able to grab here now. Can I have time to play this? I don't see anything else, so I'm going to play it quickly. Very, very slow plan. I don't believe it. Something like here. So we keep going. We've got to keep pushing. H6. At least it's a move we can play to keep him under a bit of pressure. Now, if we take, our king has d2. Is there any threats? There's no checks here. Was h6 working there? What he would have taken with check. So we keep h6 up our sleeve. We can't go f6 because we take here. This is anyone's game at this moment in time. h6, queen g7. We're trying to keep him on the dark squares. Trying to use our little friend. Share it out to our little friend. Harry Flow. Because he's flowing. He's flowing today. And also pawn on h6. We do create some back rankers. So I'm actually quite confident here, especially because he's taken so long. As long as I don't get to his time situation, if I was in his time situation, I would simply resign, because that's how bad I am. Now, he's got a check there. Does that work? I don't know. I should play quick. Now, rook takes. We come in with h6. So this move just stops the queen coming in with check. And now h6 to see what he's got. Let's ask him the question. He comes here. So he's found a defense, an amazing idea to defend. And he's also got this one. So I think we do take, and he's going to get for an ending, but he's very short time. So can I, for one, okay, he's come over. He wants to take Harry. We don't want him to take Harry because Harry is extremely strong. And 12 seconds, we've got to use the clock. Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Why have I gone there? It's unbelievable that I did that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I went that way. I totally missed this queen to swing back. Oh, we've paid so many unforced errors. With his time situation, all I had to do was come like here. And okay, he's doing all right here, but I think I could even flag him. I just totally missed his queens coming backwards and forwards. Another game where we're so close to winning, and we can only get 6 points now. And the way we're playing, 6 points over 50% would be, well, it would be a dream. And I just want to see in that middle game, and it's sad that the Kilkenny didn't win if we missed anything, because it looked like we should around here be getting enough action. Now this is funnily enough not the computer's top choice. It recommends we castle first, and that does make a lot of sense, because I missed this idea of knight takes e5, which he had prepared extremely well, and now I confused him back, and this was the problem situation because he is castling in a lot of positions. So I brought the queen back, and I'm just trying to stop him castling with these two ideas. He comes here mainly with the idea of swinging the rook in. Clever idea, and we are on the back foot here. And I don't know if I missed anything. It was this position where I suddenly realized he had rook f5, which is another problem move. And now my queen side comes under attack. So all in all, I have to say, like, he did play pretty well there. But I certainly should have flagged him at the end had I not blundered. And let's just try to finish strong. Let's try to finish a 2 out of 2. Let's try to get to 6 points. Another week. I keep saying another week would do better. What week is that? Come on, what fucking week is that? What week will I do better? Anyone know? Anyone know? Because it's not clear to me exactly when that week will be. The week of Never Neverland? The week of January, which is after January and before February? Is that the week? And we're going to now, okay, let's just try to get a crushing classical Dutch in now. I love it when a plan comes together, and I love getting e5 in. The one good thing about this week is I don't think anyone's had as exciting, surely no one's had as exciting games as I've had. And on that note, I'm ready to give up him. Just bear that in mind. Take me, baby. Take me, baby. And why am I giving up that rook against a strong FM from Poland? Because checkmate ends the game. His king's over there. We line up every single piece against his king, and we let the forces of hell flow against him. This kind of general idea, given an opportunity, we can bring this one in, and we try to somehow come in, maybe on this square. The knight also can join in like this. Boom. This is what we do. This is the way we rock and roll. And I actually played this, and I beat Wojciech 27-30 Grandmaster he was at the time in the French Chess League. And I played this because I was quite angry. And I just thought, fuck it. And sometimes the fuck it Gambit is incredibly strong. Okay, right. Now, I don't know what I'm doing here, though. Do we take this one? Do we play e4? Do we play bishop here? Do we open him up? I think opening him up makes sense. And now, do we play this, or do we play this? Or do we play this? Again, lots of different moves here. Now, knight g4. This check here doesn't threaten a great deal. So I would assume this. I'm just trying to work out what I was planning. I don't know. So we go here because that is some pressure, and if I win that, I'm only exchange down. Very interesting sacrifices, because we clearly get a little bit of action against the king. Whether it's enough, whether it's justified, is another story, because he might even just bring the knight back. Then I want to play e4. I don't even want to take that piece straight away, because we take the piece. His king's still weak, but this is more, because he can't move the knight, because then I get my rook back, right? I don't know, but we'll find out. Fuck it, it looks fun. Is a sentence that I've used on multiple occasions to get me in some really bad situations. Fuck it, it looks fun. I should probably get a t-shirt with that. Fuck it, it looks fun. Yeah, that that is really not one of the best philosophies that you should live by. Well, maybe when you're young, it's okay, but I ain't no spring chicken anymore. So we're going to get more of this turbo T down. Oh, God. Well, did I say fuck it? It looks fun. I did. This is the move I want to play because we want to take with a pawn. And it kind of feels a little bit more spicy, but is it too much? I mean, should I just take there and bring... This also looks quite good now, looking at it more. Okay, let's have some restraint and take this way. Now, knight here is ridiculous. So let's take that. Okay, and now... Fuck it, it doesn't look fun. He's fat up. Did I just miss this move? Is that how weak I've become? Weak as I am. No tear for you. I still think there's something here. Still got to be some rock and roll. Here. Takes here. So here, he's got to take my rook. Takes here, takes here. Okay, come on. Where is the jiggly Django? Here. There's got to be some jiggly Django going on here. Here. That looks so weak. Then here. Here takes here. That can't work. There's got to be something here. Here and here. Too slow. Right, come on, help me out. Here takes... How many pieces down am I? I haven't really counted. Takes here. Queen takes there. Check. I'm a lot of pieces down. I mean, this... It shouldn't work, should it? It shouldn't work. But life shouldn't work, and it does. So let's... takes knight here. He takes there. Check. Fuck a duck. Oh, I don't believe there's nothing here. Just can't believe there's nothing. Here, takes. Check. Not enough pieces in the world. Come on, Simon. Here, takes. I'm really struggling to find find a move here. I just don't. I feel there's something, but I can't see what it is. Queen here takes too slow. Just takes that. Rook here takes here. Knight here, and I'm not believing that either. Takes maybe this. Okay, I spent too long. Oh man, and this one I thought there might be a chance because we get this idea, and the reason I thought there might be a chance is because with the knight on f8, he had queen h2. So with the knight on f7. Things are slightly different, and I wasn't sure how this was, and it's probably just very safe for him with the king coming here. Yeah, it looks very safe for him, I have to admit. Ay. Well, you try things out, and they don't work. And this position, well, the queen comes here, he swaps off, and he's got 2 extra exchanges, so not good. Okay, well, it's interesting. It was interesting, but again, life is interesting and full of issues. So, okay, and this is clearly losing, especially as he's coming and taking here. I haven't even played this very well, have I? It's just bad play by me all round today. And we're going to go for 5 points. We got under 50% again after we lose this. I mean, yes, some interesting chess, but it doesn't matter if you're losing games. And taking here, he takes here. These pawns, if he didn't have these pawns, I would be saying there's a glimmer of something, but these pawns are too strong, so no glimmer of hope here at all. And yeah, disappointing, to be honest, that we couldn't find something there when we tried, didn't we? We tried lots of we looked at lots of ideas, or I did. So again, I'm very interested to see what the P is going to say. Now that check was actually giving me a chance to get back in the game, but again, I'm looking at my clock, and this check now is what he's got up his sleeve. And let's resign because he's taken my piece. Oh fuck. Okay, well, interesting chess, but not good chess. So let's go and see what the move was. I'm going to be very intrigued. Did you guys do better than me in this crazy position? What was the move that I missed? Did I miss anything, or was it all nonsense? So let's have a look. So this I think was the key position. And look, I'm actually doing well here. Bishop g4, knight here, and e4. My initial reaction was very good for me, and I just didn't play this move. You know what I missed here? I actually missed the point that he's got this e6 square. So if I'd have gone with my gut flow of e4, well, considering my whole rook down, this would have put him in a lot of problems. So this was not good because it allows knight here, and now I couldn't find a move, and I don't know if there is a move here. Maybe there's just no move. Everything I was trying to calculate didn't work, and it's already too late. And this is the nature of the beast. You play one, everything is fine up to this point, but you play one bad move, and my bad move is not playing e4. That's all it takes. One bad move, and you're gone. And now I was thinking about one of these moves. Knight here, knight takes f2. This was the next thing I was looking at with the point here. But I'm just too many material. I'm too much material down. I've given up too many pieces. So we tried rook f7 because the other thing I wanted to do was go queen h5 and knight here. But after knight here, threatening, I thought some things, but it probably turns out this is crap. He has queen h7 and he just swaps off. So the last thing I thought I could try was this. When, if he takes here, which I assumed he might try, I was going to go knight g4. And he's still winning, but he's got to be a little bit accurate here. Knight d3, e4. And if he goes knight to this square, then rook f5 is again, still weirdly strong for me. But he found another good move, knight g5, and now this idea is not going to be good enough. I am threatening some attacking ideas, the queen coming in, but I've run out of pieces, and his f3 would have done the job. So please tell me this is the last game. Thank the Lord for that. Thank fuck the pain is going to be over soon. I often feel like playing Title Tuesday is like getting a massive tattoo. It's painful. Actually, it's not, because you feel shit afterwards. Sometimes you feel good, right? And I promise you guys, I will sort out the camera next week, or next time I play, because I'm going to be away next week, so I won't be around, because it is annoying to have this, you know, this crappy camera angle. It pisses me off anyway. And we're playing a youngster, Anastasiia, from Ukraine, and we're struggling. We could get our lowest score ever. We're doing a lot of that recently, so we need to improve on that. But I'm still sort of taking some heart that we've had some interesting games. Not that that really means much. And some small joy, but it's not a big joy. Because at the end of the day, if you lose, you lose. And that is the most important thing, really, isn't it, when you're a chess player? So we've got kind of a dragged off position, and as long as we avoid getting crushed by e5, I think we'd be all right. Bishop here, and this looks fine for me. I'm quite happy with this. Started off as a Pirc, but we've gone into a Dragodov. And let's just control the c6 square, attack that, and try to play normal moves. Maybe we can sacrifice on c3. 5 points is bad, but it could be worse. If I lose, it will be worse, so let's not do that. Okay. Remember to like and subscribe to the video as well. More out of pity than out of joy or impressiveness. And now my opponent's put the queen on this file, so I think I can just build up, which we're both doing. Another standard idea in this type of position is to play e5. So you try to get this square for the knight, but we can still wait. So here I will play this again. Now I quite like my opponent's last move. She's trying to put the bishop against the queen. Well, I say I like it. I don't think it's ever going to work because the problem's on this file. And we're just going to play this idea. But I've noticed now that this move, I think it's okay for me because I always have this check, but we're gaining tempo as we play. Right, so we got a knight to a nice square, but that's it. And I'm not sure how to follow this up. Do we play rook here? A little bit dangerous because the rook moves away. And again, I should have played knight there. I realised as soon as I played that last move that it wasn't a very good move. Okay, we'll connect the rooks because I don't know what else to do. Maybe swapping queens is going to be good for me. So my opponent stops that. She's playing well. And I'm going to play h6 with a little weird idea, playing g5 and knight h5. This knight quite strong. So let's do it. Let's push that knight either into the center, where mass exchanges will at least happen, or I can nibble with an idea of knight h5. So she's come back, and now I will go here. It's a pity this pawn's in the way, because there could even be some great ideas of queen takes h3, but it's not there, and it's very close to having some. I wish my rook was here now so I could play f5, but that's what happens when you put your rook over there. And f5 is the move I kind of want to play, but I'm going to come back then. So this, I don't think rook e8 was necessarily a mistake though. It didn't seem like a mistake, but I'm thinking f5. I don't even know if it works. Takes here, takes. It seems like this is the breakout that at some point I'll be aiming to go. So my opponent on the other hand is just very nicely covering that square. But I can take, check, and win the exchange, giving up my dart squares. I'm trying to like Find a little bit of magic here. Is this? No, that's too much, isn't it? Is it too much? Takes. Ooh. Here. Takes here. The idea, or I can check first. Here, takes here. The idea, queen here, checkmate. I don't really believe this one. What was that? I've just lost what I was even thinking. This one first. So again, I'm really up playing something fucking stupid here, aren't I? The way I'm going, either win the exchange or lose the exchange. Okay, let's come in. I don't want to win the exchange. It's too boring. So I'm going to use this square instead. Now, if here, I really want to sacrifice it, but it doesn't come to anything. And I'm getting very short of time. So do we have to now start taking some material? This one doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to have to start taking some material. Play quicker. Grab material while it's on offer. And let's grab that one. And here, don't lose on time again. Getting 4 points would be bad, so I should really try to focus to now. Now there's not really beautiful finishes or beautiful tactics I can see. I think it's more about just winning the game. And the dark squares are weak. Bishop d4. I can play f6, try to cover them. Should be a good position. This would be nice. This pawn never goes here. Boom! So my opponent comes in with the knight, and taking would have been natural, actually. But then the pawn takes is a little bit off-putting. Maybe I should have gone for that. Now, this one, I probably can get away grabbing that one. And what I want next is rook c4 and e4 as target on one. So here, and let's put the rook on c4. There could be a little tactic takes, rook takes d4 now. This one I can take. I've always got the chance of taking here. So what did I say the tactic was? I've forgotten now. Takes, rook d4. I think this works. Let's try. So takes here. And now if she takes there, I take. And, well, it's okay. But I think she's got to do that because pawn takes, rook takes d4. So that's kind of why I played it. I kind of played it for a bit of a trick. But takes, bishop takes, better for me. Get rid of that knight. What, 2 pawns up? But the game goes on. So this bishop's still something I maybe had to respect more than I have done. Did we go here? Let's go maybe here. So f5 is possible, as in not now, because that would be a nasty check. So what about d5? Is that another move we can try? We can try it. And she comes straight through. So now is taking working in any tactics? No. So here, my king's a little bit risky, and she's going to be, because she looks very young, she's going to be a lot quicker than me. And I actually forgot that this was defended. So, oh my giddy god. What a bloody idiot. Well, at least I'm going to make someone's day if I lose this one. Oh my words. Can you believe I missed that? I forgot the bishop was there. We're going to have to change tea for next week. And now, if anything, I'm in some danger, because whose king is weak? It's certainly not my opponent's king. This check, so we go here. She's playing quick now. Don't play quick. That's not very nice of you, because I know you're quicker than me. And soon to be better than me, I'm sure. I think I might go here and just get a bishop against the king. Give up that pawn. Any checks? There's a check here. Okay, we're going to gamble. We're going to gamble. Are we losing to checkmate here? Check here. Check. I'm going to come this way. Idea is queen h3. It's a real cheapo queen h3. Oh, shit. Nearly lost there immediately. Now here. Oh, I'm going to get... That's not good. That was not a good move because this ending can never win. Am I actually going to flag a young girl and ruin her? Yes, of course I am. It will be the best day of my life to make a youngster cry. This is something that... Oh, cry, little girl, cry. That's how bad the tournament has become, that I have to literally convert myself to beating a young 8-year-old in a dodgy position on time to get any joy. Sad, but true. Good song though. Okay, well, we got 5 points. We had a bit of fun. One of these weeks we will just try to play better chess. I'm not gonna cry this week because there was some fun games. There was actually some fun games there. Not the best chess, but there were some fun games, interesting gambits, interesting moments. And had things been flowing a little better, we could have scored much higher, which will come. It will come. And the production quality can only get better. But you can like and subscribe anyway, just to help me out there. Cheers. Bye.